Here's what smart investors know about Dallas-Fort Worth that most people don't right now. Most people want a high appreciation, high rent, high cash flow market with a perfect property that has no repairs and is never going to give them a single problem, right? You're not asking for much, but that's not realistic. And Dallas-Fort Worth has had some major growth, but has seen some major problems in the last few years. And so my goal today is to show you the good, the bad, and the Don's honest truth of what you can expect in DFW. Hey there guys, welcome to the BrightInvestor channel. My name is Donato Callahan, CEO of BrightInvestor, co-owner and manager of over 600 doors in residential and commercial real estate. And I'm here to help boost your real estate investing success with the good, the bad, and the Don's honest truth about how you can be successful in today's market. And today we are looking at the Dallas-Fort Worth market. Now it's been a darling market over the last 5 years or so, saw some massive gains, but has definitely hit some people with a sucker punch in the last couple of years. So today we're going to break down what you need to watch out for, questions to ask, and things to consider as you start investing in Dallas-Fort Worth or consider making an investment there. Now here's the good. Dallas-Fort Worth has seen significant gains in a few key areas, including appreciation, population, and income. Home prices across DFW have gone up by over 40% across most of the Metroplex, with some areas going as high as over 100% in some specific neighborhoods. In addition, population gains and income gains have continued to push home prices higher over the course of the last several years, culminating in a peak around mid-2022 to 2023. What that gives us is a lot of single-family investors and multifamily investors, and even commercial multifamily investors, enjoyed low interest rates in a booming market that was capturing people from across the country, especially in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic, where people were looking for relatively more lax laws around congregating with others, restaurants, getting their haircut, things of that nature. So you saw massive equity gains over the last few years, and conversely, more rent gains as people were seeing more demand and they were able to charge more and more rent. So for those people who were buying and owned real estate before 2019, 2020, they saw massive growth and are able to lock in a huge equity boost to sell those properties and roll them into something else. And Dallas-Fort Worth continues to be an epicenter of business, economic development, and landlord-friendly laws that allow you to manage your properties with relative ease and not thinking about having the state working against you in terms of evictions or landlord situations that arise when tenants are being maybe not as careful or in caring of your property as they should be. Overall, Dallas continues to be a place that's going to be an economic powerhouse for a long time, and it's an area that saw massive gains up to 2019, up through about 2022, 2023. And now for the bad. What is not a great thing about Dallas-Fort Worth is that so many people move there so quickly over a short period of time that what you have now since peak 2023 going to right about now end of 2025 to going to 2026 and so on, is you've seen significant declines in home prices, anywhere to the tune of anywhere from 15 to 25% across most of the Metroplex. Reason for that is because interest rates have largely gone away from the 3.5% to 4% we were used to and are now in the tune of 6 to 7 or even higher. So massive equity gains have now been kind of lopsided with massive reductions in prices, still larger than where they were, but people who were buying homes and hope to lock in the massive exit price for a big check have seen that go down significantly. At the same time, the new elevated home prices combined with relatively higher mortgage rates have locked investors into a situation where they can't actually make things cash flow, at least in the single family side. In addition, we've seen a lot of new developers like Lennar, D.R. Horton, so on and so forth, come in and make new subdivisions in the larger metro where new construction homes are coming online for $250,000 to $350,000. Which sounds great from a supply perspective, but from an investor perspective, it drives down the overall cost and it drives down what we can charge for rent. It's taking many properties from cash flow positive to cash flow negative. So due to the fact that one, home prices have come down, but interest rates have gone up, you have new supply coming in to capture all the population growth in Dallas, the single family rental market is almost completely destroyed in Dallas-Fort Worth for new acquisitions. And people have to get creative with a couple different strategies. And so here's the Don's honest truth. Would I invest in Dallas-Fort Worth? Sure. All the economics from a market perspective for population, income growth, and appreciation for homes isn't the right direction. But I'm not doing it today without a really good deal, because I'm not going to be left holding the bag for an investment that was great to somebody else and now they're looking to offload it to me. So in the single family space, I would not buy a long-term rentals in Dallas Fort Worth for single family. The only thing that works in Dallas Fort Worth for single family is probably going to be a co-living strategy or a sober living strategy. You might get away with a decent midterm rental, but your prices and rates are going to be depressed what they would have been 24 months ago. Multifamily can still be very attractive. Do not buy a brand new multifamily. You're not going to make money on it. Almost guaranteed you're not. If you're going to buy multifamily, buy something that's a little bit older, maybe 1960 to 1990, that has good construction, solid wiring, solid plumbing, and look to do as best you can to cash flow at least a couple $100s per door in today's interest rate environment, because in the next 5 to 10 years, you'll be able to get that rate down and you'll still be able to have a pretty solid investment. Finally, in commercial real estate, Dallas is a great place to get some commercial real estate right now. Multifamily is kind of difficult right there. You want to get something in multifamily, we're going to get at least a 1.3 to 1.5 price to rent ratio on a per unit basis to make sure you have enough cash flow to really expand. And in industrial and retail, yes, very aggressively you can buy things there, but again, you can't be buying things at a 3 or 4 or 5 cap. You got to be buying things at a ideally 6 to 8 cap minimum for multifamily, and likewise for other retail and industrial spaces. Ultimately saying, Dallas Fort Worth grew so much so quickly. You want to be there to ride the wave, but a lot of people just cashed out, and now you have people who don't know what they're doing coming in, buying these properties and making no money. I love the economics of the market, but right now you should be as aggressive as possible, buying at the cheapest possible rates and the lowest possible prices in order to, over the next decade, capture that equity growth as the supply gets absorbed into the market, and you're able to actually see some similar type of gains that the previous people generation did in about 2019 to 2022. So if you can commit yourself to buying relatively classic multifamily, going for more advanced strategies like co-living or midterm rental for the single family side, or buying things at a high enough cap rate to make it work on the commercial side, you're going to be okay. But do not just buy a property in Dallas because it's in Dallas and you're sure you'll make money later. It's a great way for you to end up in the bread lines when your property has an issue and you're not able to make any repairs because you don't have the cash flow to do it. So that's the Don's honest truth about Dallas Fort Worth market. All right, guys, that's all I've got for you today. If you want to talk to me personally, you can go to brightinvestor.com/chat to book a free 10-minute session with me to learn more about real estate investing and just talk shop. In addition, if you want to learn more about using BrightInvestor, you can head to brightinvestor.com and use this software to go ahead and expedite your real estate investing success. Go ahead and leave a chat down below to see if you agree with me or if you think I'm full of it. Either way, look forward to reading your comments, and we'll see you next time.